in the heat of Catalonia.
It's dry. Just quickly gonna ask if it is gonna rain. In the chat.
Yeah, Ash, tell us if it's gonna rain. Just pop a message in quickly. It's probably too late because it is a bit of a delay. But looking at nobody coming out right yet. I think everybody's just waiting around. Who's going to be the first to warm up the circuit? Ashbest usually has a history for being the first man out on circuit. It's unusual that nobody has come out yet. But there is a car down at the end of the pit lane. It's Blizzard.
It's Blizzard.
Wow. Now, just a word on Blizzard. Remco, he's a Racer Champions winner. Hasn't got off to a brilliant start in the F1 league. Some may say he's underperformed. I definitely think he's underperformed. I think he had a lot more opportunities to score points, but for one reason or another it's not come off, and he's got to prove to himself that if he wants to stay on this grid, he's got to start delivering performances, because he's a Racer Champions winner, and that is really prolific, isn't it, Remco?
Yeah, it has been a really disappointing season for him. He's down 14th in the standings right now, and from what I've heard, there was a lot of hype about him in when he was racing in, I believe it was F5 or something, that he wanted promotion but he couldn't get it. Now he is in the Premier League, so to say, of PSGL, and he isn't really shining, to be honest. So who knows? Maybe this race could be the turnaround. Hopefully, Blizzard can maybe score some good haul of points and climb up the championship ladder a bit. That would be really good for him.
Yeah, and we're just going to get the lap data on as well. Just take us through this lap, Remco.
Yeah, so coming to start finish, obviously the longest start finish straight on the whole calendar. So expecting a lot of overtaking opportunities into turn 1, going very wide. Turn 2, turn 3, a really difficult moment here for the left tyre, obviously getting a lot of wear. Yeah, of course, where famously Hamilton and Rosberg crashed back in 2016, I believe it was.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who else crashed there many seasons ago, Remco. Manav, HD and Iran. So it's renowned for a place where collisions can happen.
Yeah. Were you still teammates with HD then?
Yeah, I was teammates with HD for 8 consecutive seasons. One of the true classiest drivers. And hang on a minute, QPRBeasts is on the hard tyres. We'll get to the end of this lap and we'll go straight on board with QPRBeasts on the hardest tyre compound. He's coming out in qualifying on the hard tyres. Forget the pacey drivers. Remco, once Blizzard crosses the line, we're going to get a look at QPRBeasts.
Alright.
Because that is very, very unique. I just wonder if he's putting a heat cycle for him. And what does Blizzard do? He does a 119.1, not good enough. Now take us through this. QPRBeasts on the hard tyre here, Remco. Take us through this. He's absolutely wrenching it around.
Yeah, difficult last sector, of course. A lot of high brake pressure. You can see that Ash is doing a 118.0. Difficult section. The old circuit coming up right now. I think this section is called New Holland, which is nice for me. But the curve is very high, so I'm going to take it very wide. A bit of a cut, I think, there from QPR, but it seems to be a good lap. Let's see where it puts him. Obviously not high up the table, it's a 120.0.
It is.
2 seconds down on Ashbest.
And we'll just get a look at Joel here. He's come out on the soft tyres. I know there's yellow flags on sector 1, but Joel, Remco, you know Joel very well. What can he do in the Red Bull? No points so far this season.
Yeah, a bit of unlucky, but Joel is always someone who keeps in the game. You know, never quits. Always hoping for, well, not a safety car because it isn't. There's no safety car in this season. But hopefully next season there will be a safety car enabled again. Because Joel, of course, he beat me back in Bahrain, I think it was season 15 or something like that. So he knows what it is like to win races. So yeah, hopefully he can get a point today. It would be nice to see from Joel.
Yeah, it would be nice. And Remco, I was just letting you speak when I shared a link, but Joelianomanu, one of the most experienced drivers on the grid, comes around the final corner, DRS wide open to the line, he goes into the top 10, 7/10 off pole position. Ashbest leads the way from xJackLacey and Oogie Azeem, and Louis, VSR Louis, has gone pole position, he goes fastest. And Toro Rosso let out a sigh of relief. That's a massive lap time following his victory last time out. And hang on a minute, QPRBeasts is going again on the hardest tyre compound as he goes into turn 1. Remco, this man is absolutely flying 2 seconds off the pace. Take us through this.
Yeah, like you said, 2 seconds, so I think he's just going to go for the alternative strategy. Try and stay out as long as possible and maybe get in the way of certain people. I think Lickle could be a bit of trouble if QPR stays out for the long run. And who knows, maybe his good friend Big C could be in trouble if he gets stuck behind QPR. Aaron, what do you think about that?
Oh, 100%. And looking at QPRBeasts coming across on traffic, but I don't think QPRBeasts will be concerned too much about Big C, who's 9th in the driver's standings, obviously underperforming, is a 7-time champion. But look at this, absolutely wrenching the car, getting some television coverage for the Renault team is QPRBeasts on the hard tyres, and he goes into the pits, and it's see you later. Oh, he nearly goes into the pit lane there. CCbrain, will he emerge from the pit lane? Yet to set a lap time. He does. He's round in the final corner in the Williams. What can he do? What can he do? What can he do? I don't think he's done anything. I think he's starting a flying lap here, Remco.
Yeah, might have been a corner cut of some sort, but yeah, like you said, looks like he's just starting his lap. I think I gotta say that I've been very impressed with CCbrain so far this season. He's 4th in the championship, only 9 points behind Louis in 3rd, so yeah. Obviously I did not expect him. I've raced against him in Formula 2, I think it was. But yeah, I've been very impressed with CCbrain.
Yeah,
so
he's an impressive driver, isn't he?
Yeah, it's very impressive. I think he might go for a potential top 5 qualifying here. Let's see if he can nail the last sector together.
Oh, look at that lock up there, Remco. That's not going to be good for the front tyres. And he goes around this tight, twisty corner here, Remco. You know all about this final sector. You've lost a race win here before as Big C corner cutted it to make sure he stayed in front of you. Can he get the corner right there? Yes, he does. Exit is great. Can he get the power down? He does seem like he's got the power down. To the line goes the Williams team. And Claire Williams is excited on the pit wall as CCbrain pops it into the top 6. Only 4/10 off pole position. And it is looking really tight, isn't it, in the grid? Look at that as he goes off the track there. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe picking up rubber. Maybe the car's underweight.
I think he's just saving a bit of fuel for the FIA to test it out, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be all sorts of factors.
And Blizzard's out. Yeah, well, disappointment from Blizzard. Where is he? P12. Happy with that? Well, you know what, Remco, would we retire from a session in P12? No, we wouldn't.
No, we always keep going until the very end.
Exactly. And you say that, Remco, but you left 5 races last season. So Vortex Lickle's out of the circuit. It's not the type of driver I want to give some TV coverage to. You know, I want to see someone like an Oogie Azeem in the Sauber. Nice, lovely, shiny blue car. And Remco, you know this Sauber very well. You've lost championships to it in the past. Is it a team that haunts you?
Multiple championships. Yeah.
Multiple championships.
Yeah. I would never ever in my whole PSGL career ever drive for Sauber. There's too much hatred between Peter Sauber and myself. There's been a lot of conflict going on between the two of us, so yeah, definitely not gonna race for them in the near future, that's for sure.
No, you're not. And Oogie Azeem is currently high up in the driver's standings. I'm just going to get it up in a second because I don't know who's where, but he's 5th in the driver's standings. He's had No points in the last 2 races. So Azeem, one of the most mentally broken drivers you can come across on the race circuit. One race he'll put in a stunning performance, the next race he'll absolutely bottle it. So I'm expecting a good race from him this time around. In the Sauber, Manisha Kaltenborn looks on with fury and rage, hoping for some upturn of fortune. And Azeem comes around in the Sauber. The Rawalpindi Express flying the flag for Pakistan here. Lahore, Karachi, eat your heart out, because Azeem is going to be on a fly this lap.
Yeah, just quickly had to send a message to Blizard, who left the session earlier, and I think it was a bit of a disconnection. It seems to be he's back now, so that's good.
No, it's good, and I'll tell you what else is good, mate. Azeem on this lap.
Is this HellBoy blocking?
Yeah.
I think it was a bit of a block there from HellBoy and Ashbest.
Sometimes you've got to block people who you're not very friendly with, Remco. And we know that very well, as we've won championships the dirty way. But Azeem's a man who can't win championships. He just can't string 2 races together, let alone 2 seasons. And here we go, Azeem on a flyer. What can he do? There's others out there, but Azeem is flying, isn't he? Look at that, the Sauber absolutely glued to the circuit. Can he get the braking right? Yes, he does. Remco, can he get this final sector right here? Is there traffic up the road?
No, doesn't seem to be. Actually, HellBoy, or it was Lickle, wasn't HellBoy because he already was HellBoy. Oh, is it Neo? It's just lagging.
He's always laggy, but Big C, he's gone on the front row. Only half attempt shy of pole position. We missed that. As we go on board with Azeem, who stays 5th, disappoints again. He just can't do anything right with the car. But who else is out there? Who can be threatening? I know XJackLacey can often run well around these streets here in the basking sunshine at Catalonia.
Well, the flag is out, so these are going to be the final laps for all these drivers.
Yeah, Wocko goes
like
5th.
Wocko just went up to P5.
Yeah, Pipsy's teammate there, so a good lap from Wocko, only 2.5 tenths off pole. Back in the day, Remco, if you're 2.5 tenths off pole, you'd be slapped on the front row nowadays. You know, you could be anywhere down from 5th to 6th. But here we go, XJackLacey around the final corner, one of the princesses of the PSGL F1 League. Can he pop it higher up the grid? He goes past it! Pole position! And VSR Louis takes it off him.
Here comes Cherry2Pie. Cherry.
Oh, hang on, let me get in.
Oh, lovely get just the pole.
Is Big C? No, Big C's coasting, is he? No, I think he's going for one. No, he's not. He's not. We'll go on board with Ashbest.
He's well down, 7 seconds.
Yeah.
We're looking for Ashbest. Is he going to get pole position or even the front row start? Remember what I said, Aaron? This is the longest start-finish straight, so a lot of things can happen as we go into turn 1.
Yeah, I think he nearly put me into the pit wall one season. Lickle goes 3rd. But what can Ashbest do here as he comes around the final corner? DRS wide open. He goes 2nd, front row. Not bad that time, but VSR Louis definitely got the upper hand then. And Big C, who was on the front row momentarily, is now 5th, getting wheeled back into the garage. So that's interesting. He did his lap time, so he could get his car back into the garage. So definitely preserving the tyres. Maybe he's going to take his time to retire from the session. I'll do that. Let the other cars go around, pick up some tyre wear, and you'll be in good stead for the race. And so a very exciting qualifying session. And we haven't talked about Abiodun in the Ferrari making his debut in the PSGL F1 League in 8th, replacing Cliffy, the man from Croydon, who just had a disappointing start to the season. But I have to tell you, Remco, I was actually offered the Ferrari seat and I had to politely turn it down because I'd rather be anywhere but here.
Is that because there are certain people in this league that you don't want to race against them?
Oh, I just think people send it down the inside every corner.
Did you just not come to an agreement with Mr. Arrivabene?
No agreement with Arrivabene. Didn't give me what I wanted. But it's Lewis on pole from Ashbest. XJackLacey 3rd with a stunning lap time for Mercedes. Lickle in 4th, Big C 5th, CCbrain 6th, Wocko in 7th, 8th is Abiodun, 9th Oogie Azeem, 10th, Cherry2Pie, and Joelianomanu with an incredible lap time to put himself 11th, Paudie 12th, QPRBeasts 13th for Renault, HellBoy 14th, and Blizard a horrendous qualifying performance to qualify 15th. This is going to be a spectacular race, isn't it, Remco?
Yeah, we have Louis and Ashbest on the front row, and we have the longest start-finish straight of the whole calendar, so plenty of things can happen. And who knows, perhaps even Ashbest might do something similar I did to you, according to yourself. I squeeze him off the road. Yeah, what's that all about? I never did that to you.
No, you wouldn't dare to do anything like that to me. I mean, we've got a lot of respect for each other. I mean, we were the people who ruled this league for many seasons, but now there's new faces, there's new drivers, and what's going to happen here as the basking sunshine at Catalonia shines down on Louisw and Ashbest on the front row. It's go, go, go! Delayed start for everyone, and Ashbest I think gets away well from Louis there, and Louis can't cover the inside. Yes, he does. Forces Ashbest on the outside. Yeah, it's a squeeze, wasn't it? But what's going to happen? Who's going to be braver on the brakes there? Lewis is. Ashbest tries it. Ashbest tries it. Is he gonna... Oh, close as you like. Surely there's going to be a spinner in the background, but there isn't. But XJackLacey's got a slingshot. Will he have a little dive? And there's cars running wide in the background, so that's quite interesting. And Big C there, unable to make headway. And I think there's a problem at the back for HellBoy, who's running a bit slow.
Louisw trying to attack Wocko.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, take us through this Remco.
Yeah, Louisw slide dive bomb there. I know that you don't like that, Aaron, but that looked very clean, and he got past Wocko. So well done to Louisw.
Yeah, and I think
Wocko
chase
after 7-time champion Big C.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too many cars, and there's a Ferrari down the inside. It's Abiodun. Is Abiodun's taken Wocko as well? What an overtake! Fantastic move on the opening lap, and I need to see what tyres everybody's on. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Oh, a bit of contact at the back there. Aaron, Paudie, and Oogie Azeem down at the back now, and we have HellBoy and Blizard fighting it out for P12.
Yeah, it's an interesting start here. How do I put the tyres on? It's alright, we'll go on board here with XJackLacey and Ashbest. They're looking really close to each other here. And you gotta say, it is a good start there from Louisw. He's pulling away slightly. He's not getting rid of Ashbest, but it's an exciting start. And look at that, 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th, all on the hardest tyre compound. So Oogie Azeem's going to have his work cut out as he's making way past HellBoy there at the back. So Oogie Azeem caught up in a place where he really wouldn't want to be caught up. And I'm just going to look at Cherry2Pie because he's really on the back of Wocko, who's struggling here at the start. Remco, you've been these midfield tussles. They're not fun to be involved in, are they?
No, definitely not. It's very difficult to stay in the dirty air. Of course, you want to make up as much progress as you can. And when you're stuck in the midfield, you can just see the front runners running away. That just frustrates you even more. So you've got to get past as soon as possible.
You do. And I don't think DRS is going to be enabled this lap, but as soon as it is, Ashbest will be applying the pressure on Louisw. So we're just going to look at the battle of the front there. And I think Louisw has got enough of a gap down the straight to defend from Ashbest. But once Ashbest gets into the DRS, we will be starting to see a bit of pressure being applied. So not much going on the straight here. Oogie Azeem can't get close to Blizard. There's a massive tyre differential there. So as often in Catalonia, Remco, cars are just going to stay as they are, aren't they?
Yeah, what I'm really curious about is QPR, Blizard and HellBoy were all going for the harder compound. I kind of wonder if they're going to be...
HellBoy's out!
HellBoy's out!
Oh, disaster!
He was on the hard compound.
Yeah, just not enough grip out down those hard tyres, and HellBoy, disappointment. He got another season on the grid, given a benefit of the doubt, and now he's left the session. If I was Big C, I'd be cutting the throat at the end of this season, pulling the tyres, getting some fresh blood in, because this man hasn't taken his opportunities. Disastrous, embarrassing, disgraceful driving out on the first lap, and no points once again for HellBoy. Just absolute embarrassment, Remco. I mean, you know how it feels to go a season without scoring a single point. This man's making a mockery of it.
I know it far too well, but I just struggle with my overall pace, and he's just trolling a bit. So I just hope that admin step up, and because there are a lot of talented drivers out there who are waiting for a shot at F1 League, so hopefully some big decisions can be made.
No, they can be. As we ride on board with Ashbest and Lewis, it's looking quite tight here. But some of those drivers who you said you wanted to see, you know, not Oogie Azeem, but, you know, people like Mr. Grumpy, Glue Mosquito, all waiting in the wings for the opportunity. Maybe Big C needs to trust them with the baton, as Oogie Azeem puts Blizard under a little bit of pressure there. Tyre differential, the gap at the front's only 4 tenths, but we're just going to ride on board with a battle for 12. People don't usually get airtime down at this part of the grid, but we're going to ride through this battle because you just feel something could happen in this middle sector. Oogie Azeem much faster at the moment, but in the dirty air it's going to be tough to get close to Blizzard, isn't it? Look at that. Far better grip. Blizzard goes wide, but yeah, he's not going to be able to make a move, and he's going to have to stay behind during this tough final sector. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, the struggle of the midfield. All of the cars close together, and they can just see Ash and Louis driving off in the distance. So hopefully they can provide us with some action. Nice to see. What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I do think, and I don't think my commentary's biased as... Oh my god, look at that! Oogie Azeem flying down the straight! I don't know what was happened there. Maybe a $5 was paid over PayPal, because Blizzard absolutely slew down on the straight to let Oogie Azeem go. I don't know whether there's some sort of friendship involved or some sort of secret technical deals with setup sharing, but Oogie Azeem getting an easy overtake done on Blizzard. But we're going to go back to the battle at the front here. Take us through this, Remco.
Yeah, Ash putting a lot of pressure on Louis right now, but of course you can also see that Big C is putting pressure on CCbrain, and xJackLacey just doesn't seem to have the pace to close the gap to Ash, so I think he's going to have to defend in a couple of laps on.
Yeah, and Big C not pulling away from Lickle either, so Lickle's only 1.3 seconds behind in 6th place. But look at this, Ashbest will now know that the slipstream glitch is in effect, so he's going to find it tricky to get a run via the DRS. He's clearly quicker, because if you can be within 6 tenths in the DRS zone in dirty air, then that suggests to me that Ashbest has got some reasonable pace, but he's just not going to have any top end. So this race could come down to making an overtake through the pit lane, but Lewis doing a great job leading this race.
Well, he just set the fast lap, so he's definitely closing in, but like you said, slipstream glitch might be in play here.
It might be in play, and I think Big C and CCbrain are very close to each other. So Big C, I think he took care of his tyres during qualifying, and he's definitely taking care of that Mercedes car, putting the Williams under pressure, and I think Big C really wants to get a move done, but the slipstream glitch will be ruining his chances. And Remco, Big C 9th in the drivers' standings. Is that embarrassing for a 7-time champion?
Yeah, very embarrassing.
He's going to get a run. Can he make a move, Remco? Can he make a move? No, shies away. We would have slapped it down the inside. Absolutely pussy-o. Big C cannot get the move done there, and he's got to wait now for the straight here. CCbrain struggling. You know, you was giving him a lot of praise earlier, Remco, but Big C is trying to show who's boss here, isn't he? Look at that, better exit. 7-time champion prancing in the background. Can he get a move done down the straight? He's not going to have as much power as he wants. He might not have enough power at all.
Well, it does seem that he isn't gaining anything. So Big C obviously is going to be frustrated. He knows he's 9th in the championship, and he really has to get past CCbrain as soon as possible to try and get on the podium until you think that Toto Wolff might say, hey JackLacey, just let Big C pass because we need him to step away. Oh, what?
He slid. Big C had a little bit of a slide there, so a bit of a tank slapper for the 7-time champion. And Remco, we've beaten this man to titles in the past. We've made mockery of, yeah, easily. They overhype him. He's only because he's won 7 titles, but the way we've beaten him in some of the races, Remco, this man, he might be a special driver, but nothing compared to the way we won championships.
Yeah. We did it the fair way, and he just got his friends all together like Lordyboy and all those other guys, just so they can hold up the competition for him. And yep, that's how we won the championship. It's easy as that. So don't be. He's a bit overrated here. As you can see, he isn't even able to get past CCbrain.
Yeah,
just very embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, and it'll be embarrassing if he can't get anything done on the brakes here. CCbrain defending for his life, and Big C once again. Conservative was set up, conservative was strategy, and he's definitely gone for a more higher downforce setup, saying, oh, I don't need to overtake, I can do it any way I like. But Big C cannot do anything at the moment. He's just stuck behind the car of CCbrain. And it's just frustrating, isn't it, Remco, when you're stuck behind a driver that you can't get past. He's put CC under pressure. He's put CC under pressure. Oh, he's going to make me bite my words. He's going to make me bite my words. Come on, CC, do something. Oh, yes.
Oh, it puts him in the gravel like that.
Lovely. Oh, I'll do the same.
Squeezing like...
Yeah. Remco, we've done that to a few drivers in the past. I mean, Big C is a champion.
You've done that multiple times to me.
Well, you know, we know that we've got to make a pass any way possible, by all means necessary, and Big C done the exact same thing. In fact, I think Big C was clean there. If it was myself or you, Remco, we would have put him further in the gravel, wouldn't we? Yeah,
definitely. No, the overtake itself was very clean. He gave CCbrain enough space, and it was just up to CCbrain. If he kept going, he would have ended up in the gravel, and if he would have taken his foot off the gas, you know, he could have survived. So he chose to challenge Big C, and unfortunately he lost.
Yeah, and Wocko is making a pit stop. I wonder what tyres he's going to go on as we catch a glimpse of the Sauber. He's gone for the medium, so no, he's gone for the hard, so he's going to have to make. No, he won't have to make another stop, so those tyres will go to the end. And Joelianomanu for Red Bull here. Let's have a look at him coming down the pit lane quickly. One of the most experienced drivers. We better not miss the battle for the lead.
Oh, keep an eye out for Blizard and QPRBeasts, because QPR just got past Blizard.
Yeah, oh, phenomenal battling on the hardest tyre compound. Doing a great job, isn't he? Is QPRBeasts in that position. But we've got to turn our attention to the front quickly, because Ashbest has been closer than he's ever been against Lewis here. And will Ashbest be thinking, should I do the undercut? Should I go in the hards? But if he does, race will be over, because he will come out right in that traffic behind Paudie, Blizzard and QPRBeasts. He can't pit now. He's got to stay out, play the long game. And I'm sure he knows that, you know, a second place wouldn't be too bad of a result. But look at that, absolutely no top line speed down the straight.
No, JackLacey pit. Along with Louisw03 and Abiodun.
Yeah, it's
3 cars in the pit.
And he's been held up. JackLacey's been held up. Now, if Big C and CCbrain were to pit, they could jump him. So JackLacey's going to come out in traffic. He's behind QPRBeasts. He's behind Paudie. I wonder if Wocko's going to get a jump on any of these guys. He might.
Oh, hang on there, and we got Blizzard and QPR at it again. Going into turn 3 now, QPR. Terrific battle, Aaron. Oh, he did undercut! Unbelievable!
Yeah,
he played a dummy, but he lost out to QPR. A well-experienced driver, Mr. QPRBeast.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. Thank you, Remco. But Wocko and Louisw, look at that. The Sauber gets past the Force India. I did say it's going to be tight between them, and Wocko retains his position against Louisw Dennis. So phenomenal driving. I think he might have undercut him. I don't know. But JackLacey had a very, very poor pit stop, but it's probably a blessing in disguise, otherwise he would have come out right behind the Paudie scrap. Now Ashbest, the front runners appeared. Oh, Ashbest comes in right behind the Toro Rosso. I don't know which garage is behind who, but
I think Ash might jump him in the pit stops.
oh,
watch.
Yeah.
Oh, they're right next to each other.
And
is he going to jump him? No.
No. No, and big season. Big season. This is going to be interesting. QPRBeasts leads the race.
In the lead.
Oh, yes.
Believe in this. I told you, Aaron, I told you, those who are running on the hard compound, they're going to go longer and they're going to hold up the front runners. And that's exactly what's going to happen now.
And look at that big scene. Jack was reasonably tight. Jack did get held up in the pit, so very close between those two as well. And Paudie's up into 5th, so look at that. Wocko putting Abiodun under a bit of pressure. Abiodun not getting to grips with the hardest tyre compound. But I do want to see the battle for the lead, because what's going to happen soon, Remco, is that the leaders are going to back into this, and it's good news for Ashbest, because he will know that the top two are on the hardest tyre compound, since he often watches the stream. So that's going to be a battle to watch, and Blizard wants to get the move done on QPRBeasts at the moment.
Yeah, Louis and Ashbest, they're going to be forcing their way towards QPR and Blizard. But obviously they're also going to have to be careful, because QPR and Blizard are also fighting for position, so let's hope nobody takes someone out in the process.
No, you'd hope not, but I think Blizard, look at that, QPRBeasts defends the inside.
Oh.
Come on, defend harder.
Absolutely on the line. Push him off.
Will he go deeper on the brakes here? No, he gives it up.
Oh wow, he gives it up.
Fair driving there. He knows it's a long race, and I just want QPRBeasts to have a little bit of fun with the drivers behind him. Oh, he's going to have a go back, is he? No, Blizard goes defensive, so this is not going to be helping the leaders. They're just having a lot of fun out there, and I love this. You know what, Blizard, if you're watching, slow it down even more, get some more TV airtime, get some more coverage, have fun out there. And the leaders are not going to be enjoying this, and Ashbest may find this as an opportunistic opportunity to make an overtake. And look, QPRBeasts gets a run. This is brilliant driving for the lead.
Oh, wheel to wheel. Oh, look at that, he's trying to pull the dummy again.
Yeah, and I wonder...
While all of this is happening, Louis and Ashbest are just right behind them, so it's a four-way battle for the lead. Aaron, talk us through it.
It's brilliant. I absolutely love this. And Blizzard, why is he letting drivers go through? That is disgraceful driving. Why would you let drivers go through? You're in a fight for the lead here. I know you've got a pit stop to make, but I wouldn't get out of the way for a championship battle. No way. No, how you say. I wouldn't do nothing like that. But Blizzard, you know, very weak in his mentality there, getting out of the way for Lewis. Maybe they're friends, who knows, but you know, you'd want to see a little bit more fight, and Lewis will know if he can get the move done here on QPRBeasts, he can breathe easily for the remainder of this race. And I think Ashbest behind, I think this is the battle to watch here. Ashbest and Blizzard, is he going to go around the outside, use the grip? No, Blizzard says no. These two were battling hammer and tongs in the Race of Champions, and Blizzard defending Ashbest even harder. So maybe he's got an agenda here today. Maybe he says, you know what, let me destroy Ashbest's race, let me make the championship battle a bit entertaining. And he's defending this like no other driver would. Look at that, he even goes to the inside. Oh, brilliant. This is going to be interesting now into the braking zone. Ashbest definitely not liking this. Can he get a move done here, Remco? Look at that, around the outside. Is Blizzard going to force him off? Yes!
Force him out. Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic job by Blizzard there, forcing Ash off like that. It's like he didn't clip his wing there.
No, we'd do the same, wouldn't we, Remco? We'd force the driver out like that. If you want to make an overtake, do it on the straight. If you're going to try around the corners, you're going on the grass. Simple as that. And that's the motto that Blizzard has. So I was questioning why he let the drivers through, but it was good to see that. And will Lewis make a move here on QPRBeasts? He's got the run. QPRBeasts goes defensive down the inside, and yeah, phenomenal driving. He's absolutely having fun out there, isn't he, with QPRBeasts?
Yeah, this is the problem that Louis is facing. QPR started on the hard compound, is now kind of holding up Louis, but for Louis' sake, He's lucky that Blizard let him through and that Blizard is now holding up Ash because Ash seems to be a little bit frustrated. And once again Blizard defending very well.
And that's the driver that I want to see in this league. Someone who fights for his position like that, with a bit of aggression, and says, if you want to pass me, you're going to do it the hard way. And Blizard, you know, there were some question marks about whether he should stay in this league after being promoted. He definitely should, as the battle up the front gets more entertaining. QPRBeasts goes defensive and goes defensive once again. But I just feel the battle for third and fourth is a little bit more personal, and the one that I want to watch, because you just feel something could happen here. You just do. I mean, the battle for the lead will sort itself out. There's only so much QPRBeasts can do. But Blizzard and Ashbest is a lot more personal here, isn't it, Remco? As Cherry2Pie is dropping like a fly down the back of the grid. But
yeah, what happened to him?
Don't know, but what I do know, Ashbest is going to pull up alongside Blizzard. Is he going to go for the late break around the outside there? And oh, he's run out of space. Is he going to force thingy off there? Blizzard says no. Run him out. Run him out. Run him out. Yes, yes. That's how you do it, Remco, isn't it?
Oh, this is great. This is great. Look at it. Oh, wow. Blizzard, he's just positioning his car so very well. He's doing everything he can to keep Ashbest behind. I think there might be a bit of a friendly landing through here from Blizzard after he let Louis pass, but he's definitely not giving Ash the same treatment.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it definitely isn't. Blizzard's definitely not going to be on Ashbest's Christmas card list this year. And is he going to make a move around the outside? I don't know if Blizzard can hold this one off. Ashbest forced off again, and I think Ashbest is going to be fuming now. It's a couple of times he's been forced off, and there's an incident. Cherry2Pie, let's have a quick look at him. Yeah, lost his wheel. Dreadful.
Yep.
Yeah, horrendous.
Look at XJackLacey and Big C. They caught up to Ash and Blizzard because Blizzard is holding Ashbest up right now. So both Mercedes drivers are now right on the back of Ashbest again.
Yeah, I mean the battle for the lead was one that I should probably be watching, but I just feel Blizzard and Ashbest is just going to get a lot more personal. Is he going to do a move around the outside? He's going to get forced off, and look at this, as Ashbest going to give it back. Oh, look at that.
That's how you do it. Come on, give him a slight push. That's it.
Oh, see you later, Ashbest. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think he got forced off one too many times, and Ashbest will be fuming.
You just saw this coming, Aaron. You just saw it coming.
Yeah, I just had to stay with it, and Ashbest without a front wing. Oh no, Remco, you know how it feels when you're the quickest driver around and people just have personal vendettas against you, and they just battle you harder than other drivers.
So many times, Aaron.
Didn't you get brake tested by Christopher Gore one season?
I believe so. I think it was in Canada, where I was clearly the faster driver, but he just couldn't stand me, so he just brake tested me like that.
What do you make of that one there? Do you think that was hard but fair racing, or do you think it was right on the edge? I mean, Remco, me and you, we would have got away with that a few seasons ago, but the stewards this time around, they are quite strict, so I don't know if Blizzard's going to be in trouble, but Ashbest is fuming. He might not get any points here today, but Joelianomanu is up into the final point scoring positions. Let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at Joel. There he is. He's into the final point scoring positions. Got no stops to make. He will be absolutely ecstatic.
Yeah, if a few more people are going to retire, because we can see that Oogie is charging down on Joel, so hopefully he can keep him behind him. But right now we're focusing on Wocko, who's trying to battle it out with Abiodun. And keep an eye out for the battle for third position between Blizard, XJackLacey and Big C.
Yeah, I don't think Wocko's going to get a move done on Abiodun. He's been behind for quite a while here at the moment, but I just want to stay with the battle for the lead, because I think what Lewis is doing here, he's probably thinking to himself, if I don't get this move done soon, it's going to cost me later on in the race, because XJackLacey and Big C will catch up, but it's near impossible to make an overtake. We saw that with Ashbest versus Blizzard, you know, much fresher tyres, but the way Ashbest was treated there, I mean, I don't know what to say, it's
you gotta say that these guys have been at it for a very long time, so you kind of expected it. Maybe it would have ended in tears, and unfortunately it did. But that is part of racing, you know. You're wheel to wheel at 300 kilometers per hour, so it might sometimes end in tears, as we can see now. Wocko once again attacking Abiodun for P7.
Yeah, it's not giving me the view I want, but what a move there from Wocko around the outside, and Abiodun, you know, involved in some great racing in his debut, and would have forced India Vortex Lickle have a go and pushes. Oh, pushes Abiodun off. No, nice he has to give that position back. If Lickle doesn't give that position back, he could go into the steward's office. That is disgusting driving from Lickle blocks. Vortex Lickle taking the position with both hands, but absolutely forcing the newbie Abiodun out wide and saying, welcome to F1, this is my town. But how can it be your town if you're in P8?
Look at this, Blizzard is still very much on the back of Louis, and Louis doesn't seem to be able to get past. Aaron, what do you think about QPRBeasts, who has been in the lead for over maybe 5-7 laps or so, and he's keeping Louis behind?
Well,
with the
Remco,
RS16 glitch or whatever.
Well, Remco, I think if the lobby was to crash now, QPRBeasts would be awarded the race win, and rightfully so. He's driven extraordinarily well. I know he's still got a pit stop to make, but I don't know how much longer he can defend here. Lewis probably thinks this is his best moment to make a move. He's pulled up alongside. Will QPRBeasts go defensive? He does. Brakes later. Will Lewis go for the switchback? He does. And
he goes
what a
back.
move!
Oh.
Great move. Phenomenal. And I think QPRBeasts has run out of tyre grip. And look at this, the Mercedes are now joining the party here. Big C knows that a podium is within touching reach, and he might be saying to XJackLacey, let me go, I'm faster, out my way, let me have a go. But XJackLacey says, no, get out, no, Big C, because I'm in front of you in the driver's standings with Ashbest losing points. It makes more sense for Big C to stay behind XJackLacey at this moment in time, who's looking to make a move on Blizzard.
Yeah, big decision to be made from Toto Wolff and Niki Lauda, who are obviously a 7-time champion, charging down his teammate and a very slow moving Blizzard. So what do you think, Aaron? Is Toto going to make the call to let Dixie pass or not?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, who in their right mind would? Would XJackLacey make a move then? No, I think he says, I'll sit behind, wait until they pit, and then I'll come in. And QPRBeasts, look at that. That horrendous exit for QPRBeasts.
Sliding all over the place.
Yeah. CCbrain not doing bad.
Sorry?
CCbrain's not doing too bad, eh?
No, he's keeping up. I think he's just waiting his moment, waiting for the right time to strike back at Big C, who got past earlier, and maybe we can hope for another incident like happened to Ashbest between these 4 drivers. Maybe someone is giving one push too many. What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah, Remco, I don't know what happened there, mate, but I was checking the England score and I just didn't hear what you what you said. Could you repeat that?
Well, I was just wondering, do you think something similar is going to happen between QPR, Blizzard, XJackLacey and Big C in the same way what happened to Ashbest? Do you think that maybe someone is going to give one push too many?
No,
to the other driver?
100% no. I think they've seen what happened earlier and they'll be taking no chances. But actually, having said that, look at the way Blizzard's caught up to QPRBeasts. This could get pretty tasty as the Mercedes just watch on. If these two involve in a little tangle, one of the Mercedes could be collected. But QPRBeasts, is he going to pit? No, he stays out, and that's exactly what you want to see. Big C will probably be barking, saying, come on QPRBeasts, go into the pits. But in the Renault, high up as P2, and he defends, look at that. Feisty defending, it's not giving me the camera angle I want, and he has to give up that position. And now while QPRBeasts let XJackLacey go through, I know they are friends, but QPRBeasts is running his own race out there. Remco, do you think QPRBeasts can get a point here? Oh, he goes down the inside, that's dangerous. He could have easily chipped his end plate, and XJackLacey getting really frustrated behind these two. He's losing a lot of time, and CCbrain's caught up to the back of it. And he's got to run, there on QPRBeasts. Is QPRBeasts going to shut the door? He cuts the corner.
He got past. Oh, Bixie, he lost it!
Oh,
he didn't
out of the race!
Bixie,
7-time champion out! He's out! Oh, disaster for the 7-time champion.
He did the same thing that Ash did.
Oh, horrendous!
Look at XJackLacey here. He's back behind QPR again. Can you believe it? Two well-experienced drivers like Ashbest and Big C making such rookie mistakes. What do you think about that?
I'm surprised. Look at the train behind QPRBeasts. It's incredible. I think Joelianomanu is going to join the party soon. And look at that, QPRBeasts goes down the inside defensively. He's fighting for himself out there. No friends whatsoever. And Big C's out. Big C's out. XJackLacey there, frustrated behind QPRBeasts. He's seen his teammate DNF. What? Oh, he's made the move!
Oh, here he comes! Oh, nice
disgusting,
one.
Disgusting.
That just gives him a squeeze and he loses 2 positions in progress.
And Wocko there, he wants a podium. So does Littleblocks. They're all eyeing a podium. Littleblocks is sideways. This is incredible. And Wocko defends the inside.
Come on, give him a push.
Yeah, Wocko and Jack are very good friends now and live a few doors down. And QPRBeasts will be absolutely fuming there. What do you make of that, Remco? Do you think the move was a bit unfair? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if I was Jack, I'd probably do the same thing. Make the move any way possible, and it's a good overtake.
It is a bit of touch and go right now. We saw it happen with Big C. We saw it happen with Ashbest. These drivers are fighting for positions. They're fighting for a podium. I don't think they're going to fight for the race win anymore. But you can see that in these drivers' perspective, every point counts, and they will always go for it, like we always used to go for it, Aaron.
Yeah, and just saying, QPRBeasts has gone into the pit, so let's watch this pit stop and see where he emerges. Joelianomanu obviously wants to score points here. He hasn't had a point scoring finish all season. Now, I don't think Ashbest is going to catch up to him, but depending on what tyres these two go on, they could be battling Joelianomanu towards the end. So Joel's up into 8th, a phenomenal drive from one of the most experienced drivers on the grid with limited running. He's up into 8th, and it's great to see, isn't it, Remco? A driver like Joel score some good points here.
Yeah, especially because he, let's be honest, he isn't the fastest out there, but he definitely is the most consistent. So, I don't think he scored any points here this season. Is that right?
No, he hasn't. And shall we just say something? CCbrain is up into 2nd, and he's on for his first podium in the PSGL F1 League. So it has changed out there slightly. XJackLacey will be annoyed because he could have got a 2nd place, and he would have needed those points in the Drivers' Championship battle. And I think I've missed a key event commentating this race, but no, I haven't. England haven't scored, I don't think. Or have they? I don't know. CCbrain in 2nd, phenomenal, and XJackLacey here now. I don't know if he picked up any damage in that, but he's not pulling away from Wocko.
But what did I tell you, Aaron? You said CCbrain, he was behind Big C. And XJackLacey, and I said he's just waiting for the right moment, and he certainly did wait for the right moment because he's now into P2.
Yeah, it's dying down a little, but Lickle here is putting Wocko under pressure, and if anybody's going to make a dive bomb, it's going to be Littleblocks at this stage of the race. The man's had such an up and down career so far in this league, and he'll want to get a move done here. I wouldn't be surprised. Look at that exit. He might have a little cheeky peek down here. You know how these 10-year-olds are. But no, he stays behind. Stays behind for another corner. What would you have done, Remco? You famously made an overtake in the penultimate lap on me to win this race many seasons back in Season 8. It was one hell of a victory under stormy conditions. It just had pace like no other driver. So, it's not out of this question, and Blizzard's made an overtake on Joelianomanu, and that is sad to see. Joel unable to hang on to P8, but QPRB 7 seconds behind him, so he'll be under threat again later on this race.
Yep. Wocko are still finding it out for XJackLacey. Do you think that XJackLacey might be a bit shook up by Big C's incident early on in the race, and that he's just looking after his tires, you know, waiting for Wocko and Liko to come closer and then just try to defend, or do you think he's going on the offense again?
I don't think he's got much hope except bring the car home in one piece. I'm sure Wocko, his good friend, will make sure XJackLacey has enough of a breathing space here against Vortex Liko here in the Force India. And look at that, he's getting good exits, but Wocko is getting good exits as well, and he's got the DRS now to defend from Liko, who's looking a little bit faster at this stage of the race. And Big C has left the session, so disaster for the 7-time champion. He's 9th in the driver standings. He might even slip further down at the end of this race. So the 7-time champion is out.
Yeah, he might even slip down to P12 or 13. So yeah, not a very good season for Big C. Do you think he's at the same level as the two of us, Aaron, all washed up? Ready to retire? I
don't know about me, Remco, but I think you and Big C definitely need to, you know, call it a day. I've still got a lot of life left. And just for our viewers, if you've got any particular comments during, you know, these final few stages of the race, please let us know in the comment section, and do subscribe if you haven't already, because with the slipstream glitch, Remco, you know, this track is pretty difficult to make an overtake.
Yeah, it is very difficult with the glitch, of course. So I hope for the next game, hopefully they'll fix that along with the safety car, because let's be honest, the safety car also gives plenty of action throughout the race, but unfortunately we don't have that. I think the safety car might have been triggered if Big C would have had that incident with the safety car enabled, so that would have been able to spice things up a bit, don't you think?
Yeah, it would have. And sorry, we're just going to have a look at Ashbest versus Paudie. Ashbest knows every point is crucial. We all know that. Joelianomanu has a 3-second time penalty. He's got to make an overtake now on Paudie. He's got to get it done now. It's now or never. It's now or never. Ashbest will do the move around the outside. Will Paudie squeeze him? No, leave space, and that is how you drive wheel to wheel. And phenomenal overtake there from Ashbest to move up into 11th. And they have a pursuit on for the final point. All I'm going to say, Ash, push like hell and don't get a penalty. Joel is 12 seconds up the road, but you know, he's going to be struggling on those hard tyres. Obviously we all want Joel to score a point, but Ashbest will want to spoil his day, because you know, he doesn't want to come away with nothing here. Ashbest is fuming. He is absolutely fuming. Had an opportunity to get on the podium here today, but that incident with Blizzard will be leaving him very, very sour, as we turn our attentions back to this 4-way scrap here over 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th place, as CCbrain starting to struggle a little bit on these tyres, and XJackLacey is closing up on the action. So we're not getting any questions in the chat, but somebody's asked, why are we hyping Joel up so much? Remco, do you want to answer that?
Well, it isn't really that we hype him up, it's just that he brings the hype, you know? He's just so an experienced driver that wherever he goes, you know, he just brings hype with him. It's not us, it's just, he's doing it all himself.
I agree with you completely, Remco. I mean, Joelianomanu's experience speaks for itself. But this race is not really going to go anywhere at the moment. But, you know, in the heat, you know, it's very hot here in the UK. I mean, some of these drivers may be feeling the heat towards the latter stages of this race, and we may see an incident or two. Liko doing a great job in 5th place. The top 5 will be a good return for Force India, especially considering his teammate HellBoy went out early in the race in the fashion that he did. But he's closer than ever here. He's closer than ever, is Liko. Will he just go for a late breaker here? Will he? Oh, look at that. Wocko goes to the inside at the last moment slightly, making sure there's no chance for an overtake to be made.
This is pretty much a 4-way battle for 2nd position.
Yeah. And Wocko's got to be careful he doesn't pull out of the DRS, he's right on the cusp of it. But Little Blocks, he will know that if he can get Wocko, he could put some pressure up the road, but I just feel like his chances are limited. Although he does seem like he's got a reasonable run, but he's still a bit too far behind. QPRBeasts unable to close in on Joelianomanu as well. The gap currently at 5.1 seconds, so yeah, understeer there for Little Remco. It's been great commentating with you this afternoon, so thanks for joining me. I'm sure Gaming Anamonda will be back next time out, but it's been quite a good race. We've seen some key moments. You know, that could be one of the key moments of the season. You know, it could arguably be one of the best moments of the season. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, I think especially the crash with Big C and Ashbest definitely is going to be a big turnaround for this championship. Because now Louis is going to get another 16 points advantage over Ashbest, which should close him down to 16 points in the championship. So only one race win separated between Ash and Louis now. But of course we can see that Ash is still closing down on QPR, who seems to have a bit of wing damage, so who knows. After all, it might even be a tense position for QPR, as Big C has rejoined for some reason.
And we'll just speak about Big C for a second. Do you think he can win an 8th title in this league, or is he finished? Is he finished? He's over.
I think so, but he really has to step up his game a bit more, because the way he's been driving this season has been absolutely horrendous. He's down in 9th in the championship. He's going to lose more positions in the championship after today. So who knows, maybe next season there's a new season, new game. It might be a bit more comfortable for him. So who knows. I certainly know that he's a very worthy challenger. I've raced him, you have raced against him, so we both know how tough it can be to beat him, don't we?
Yeah, we do, and I just wonder is Little going to have a go. Oh, he's made contact. It's the back of Wocko there. I don't know what he's thinking now on the brakes, but Wocko positioning his car absolutely phenomenally. And Jack putting CC under pressure. He'd want that second place, but Ashbest, I don't know if he's going to score any points here this afternoon. Joelianomanu definitely looks set to pick up 9th place. It's going to be an incredible result for the Red Bull driver. As we're just listening to Little Blocks here, who we've been riding on board with for this last part of the race. We'll just look at XJackLacey here against CCbrain.
Oh, look at Blizard. Blizard is attacking Azeem here. And
oh! Oogie Azeem. Oh, look at that. What an overtake. Blizard absolutely flying, setting personal best after personal best. And you know what? For all the slaughtering we gave Blizard earlier on, he has fought absolutely hammer and tong this race to prove his critics wrong. And if he picks up 7th today, that will be an incredible result for the Haas driver.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good result, of course. You have to remember that he was on the opposite strategy today. He started on the hard compound. He's going to finish on the yellow soft compound. And furthermore, we seem to have Little and Wocko and XJackLacey and CCbrain still fighting it out for 2nd position. Do you think that's going to be a change in position for these remaining 2 laps, Aaron?
I'm not sure, but what I do know is Wocko's now going to be out of the DRS zone, so he can't defend from Little Blocks, who uses up one of his jokers to cut the final chicane there, I think. And he gets a run there on Wocko here. So there's another scrap. I don't know why they both have to happen on the same lap here, but Vortex Little making a move on Wocko, and CCbrain defending from XJackLacey up the road. And look at that, Wocko tries to stick it there, he can't, and might have lost an end plate. But XJackLacey here, he's looking feisty. Look at that incredible drive, and one of the most consistent drivers this season. And XJackLacey, a worthy champion, and he's doing well this season. He's had a tough couple of seasons, but my God, has he been consistent this time around. One of the true princesses of the PSGL F1 League. He's done extraordinarily well for himself. one of the hottest properties on the PSGL site. Embarrassing teammate Big C019 in the process. Can he make a move here on CCbrain? No, he can't. It's going to come down to the final lap, I reckon. And Lewis has driven extraordinarily well up front. He didn't do anything silly. Ashbest fighting up for the final point against QPRBeasts. That could get really personal. Shall we quickly get a snippet of it? We'll come back to this. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Keep an eye on XJackLacey. But look at this. Ashbest has got a run on QPRBeasts. He's going defensive. It's over the final point. The battle hammer and tongs for this all day, all night long. And yeah, around the outside, QPRBeasts tries to squeeze him out, and he does so. He does so. Where is Lewis on track? He's down there, so we can still catch a glimpse of this battle down the pit straight here between Ashbest and QPRBeasts. Every point counts, and he's got a horrendous run there. So QPRBeasts, I think, will defend this one, I reckon, to the line. So we'll turn our attentions to PSR Lewis, who's done extraordinarily well. He's only got half a sector to go. Ashbest, meanwhile, oh, we've got to stay with it. We've got to stay with it. Oh,
it's on the grass.
But never mind that. Defend the point any way you can, QPRBeasts. But it's Lewis's day. It's going to be back-to-back wins in the heat and at the heat in Catalonia.
16 points for Louis.
Beautiful, phenomenal. CCbrain is going to get his first podium in the PSGL F1 League. What a drive this has been. It's going to be a valiant podium for XJackLacey. Look at it, look at that. CCbrain absolutely ecstatic. So is XJackLacey. Fifth in the air. A good fourth place from little Wocko does well. Abiodun on his debut finishes sixth. And what a comeback from Blizzard. Defending Oogie Azeem to the line to pick up 7th from 8th. But Joelianomanu, soak it up. One of the most experienced drivers, Remco. He's going to pick up 2 points here. What a phenomenal drive from Joelianomanu with limited running. He absolutely ecstatic with that. Christian Horner pumps the fist in the air. It's a valuable 2 points. And look at that, he comes home. Oh. He's out of fuel.
Did he give the position to Ash? Did he run out of fuel?
I don't know what happened there, but out of fuel. A disastrous drive from QPRBeasts, wrenching that car all race, and he misses out on the points to the line. Horrendous for Renault. Horrendous day for Renault. Disastrous. Horrendous.
Yeah, no, definitely not a good day. Of course, they were looking very good when they when QPR was running in first position, but seems like he could cope with the pressure, and unfortunately he lost out to Ash on the finish line.
Yeah, and it's a good day for Toro Rosso, isn't it? Good haul of points. He'll be happy with that. It wasn't the best race, but it has some really dramatic, exciting moments. I think we saw another side to some drivers that would never usually see Remco. I don't think we would have seen that back in our day, would we? People going that aggressive against each other. So, but you know, you've got to fight in this league if you want to stay in this, and that's what the admins have brought to the table. So it's Lewis who wins. They had a CCbrain, XJackLacey in third, Little Blocks fourth, Wocko fifth, Abiodun sixth on his debut, Blizzard a fantastic drive to 7th, my driver of the day from 15th on the grid. Actually, hold that thought, my driver of the day is Joelianomanu, a phenomenal point scoring drive to finish in 9th, my former teammate. Ashbest picks up the final point in 10th, gets it across the line. QPRBeasts 11th, Paudie disappointing day in 12th. Big C, one of the DNFs of today, horrendous, along with Cherry2Pie, and another horrendous showing from HellBoy.